What's up? How's it going? So, I'm Michael Gavin, and these are Jumpstart Sessions. No, that's so cheesy. So, Jumpstart Sessions is something that I'm starting to try to do more regularly here, and it's the goal and intention of it is to help really energize you for the day, but also provide you with some greater clarity, confidence, ability to connect the dots, and find alignment. Find that alignment with your life and your purpose and your vision and your passion, which we're going to talk about today, so that you can really live life to the fullest of your, abilities and really enjoy what you're doing on a regular basis. I love to see people who are lit up and getting to do what they love, and that brings me so much joy because I'm getting to do being on here right now. When I get to connect with people, when I do one-on-one days, when I do speaking engagement, when I do these things, I absolutely love it. And I'm very filled with, connection is one of my greatest love languages, I guess. And so I love to connect with people, and I love to get them to connect with themselves in a way that allows them to do the things they love. So bear with me while I get my share on here and make sure some people get to see this. And let me know how your day is going so far, and then I'll get this topic rocking and rolling. So, 1 second. And if this is your first time, let me know. If you've been on here before, let me know. And super pumped. So, all right, rock and roll. So, that being said, so this follow your passion. Some people will go, I don't know what my passion is. I don't know what it is. And they're filled up so much with frustration to not know what their passion is that sometimes things that they're actually passionate about can be staring them right in the face, and other times it's not. Other times it takes you just going on the current path that you're on and being observant about things that you like and things that you don't like, and not discrediting or disregarding things that you may like that you may not think are viable business opportunities. Because I found in my life at times it's in doing that actually creates the greatest level of frustration for me. Because the thing that I'm currently doing in my life today, the person that you are seeing right now, was never, ever, ever something that if somebody would have said, follow your passion, Michael, that I would have done. Because talking in front of people, whether it's on a Facebook Live or it's in front of 100 people or 1,000 people, the reality is that would have not been something that I would have signed up for voluntarily ever. Like in high school, I did everything in my power to not have to get in front of the class. I did everything in my power at networking meetings to avoid having to be the person, hi, I'm Michael Gavin, and I am, and that's the thing. And so for me to act like what I'm doing today was a passion would be a lie. I think versions of what I'm doing today with the ability to connect with people and talk to people and help people, that's always been there. But a desire to be on a stage or in front of a group and talk to more than one person at a time was never a desire. And I actually had my math teacher from high school. Her husband was the entrepreneurial class teacher, professor at college. Well, I didn't go to college. And so when I was talking to her a couple times here and there, she said, would you like to speak to my husband's class of entrepreneurs? And I'm like, yeah, that would not be good. I would appreciate, I'm thinking to myself, no, I don't want to do that. And basically, finally she talked me into it. And when I'm driving there, I'm like, if I can just talk to them for 15 minutes, that will be fantastic. And basically, I made it more than 15 minutes. And at the end, I said, well, how long did it go? And you're like, well, class has been over for about 45 minutes. And what I realized is that in that moment, I was able to do that because I was talking about something at the time I was very passionate about. So I was passionate about business. I was passionate about the business I was in. I was passionate about what I was doing with business. And I knew more than potentially, obviously, they did. And so in talking about that, I didn't feel as ignorant or stupid, nor did I not care, versus in school having to get up and give a history report on something I didn't give a crap about was terrifying. And so it wasn't that it wasn't terrifying at all to get in front of that room talking about something I was passionate about, but I was passionate about the topic. I was competent enough about the topic. And then over time, after I did that, there was things that started to happen, and I did that kind of stuff more. And then I became very passionate about something that I wasn't passionate about. That wasn't a passion. And so, at times, if you don't know what it is, one, keep experiencing life. But all you have to do is put on some glasses, take a new filter for life, and start experiencing life through a different lens. As you start doing things, start thinking and being conscious and being more aware of the things that you like and the things that you dislike. And again, don't regard or disregard anything based on whether or not it can be a business or this or that right now. Just start to experience life through a different lens and filter for what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy, and observe that. And then we can have a conversation about that. Struggling with this currently. My absolute passion is not very lucrative, but want to make this career move / change. Have trouble selling my husband on it. All right, so which sometimes we can get people on here easier. So tell me if you want to send it in a private message, you can, whatever you want to say, but what is your passion that's not lucrative? Because that's an important thing to keep in mind, because this is exactly what we're talking about. At times, and sometimes I've done other videos about this in regards to kind of drive and ambitions and being ambitious and these different things. And so sometimes people have very lucrative ideas, but the fact that you're not very driven, or you don't have a lot of drive, or you don't have a big engine in your vehicle, metaphorically speaking, will mean that potentially to make it to the lucrativeness that you may need will be difficult. I see people all the time, they quit their jobs, and people go, oh my God, they quit their jobs, they're doing what I want to do, but blah, 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 and you miss the details. A 40-year-old who, let's just use the cliche scenario. Well, let's flip it around. Let's say the wife works, right? It's totally possible. Wife or husband, they could be both stay-at-home dads or moms, doesn't matter, but we'll say the wife works. If he works full-time, dad doesn't have to work. And so dad stays at home with the kids. Mom makes all the money. And essentially, they've got 5 children together. Well, if they have a $200,000 mortgage and they have 2 cars and they need $10,000 a month to survive, and your business is making $2,500 a month, you still can't quit that job. Potentially, in your mind, right? You can't quit that job because you need $10,000 a month, and by proxy, you're only making $2,500. Whereas the next person over might be single and 22 years old and only needs $1,000 a month, and they're making $2,500. And now in the same scenario, they're okay and they quit their job, and life's rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns, and yours isn't. And so where people are at in their life will dictate at times, potentially with the level of risk that's tolerated for a family, how long something's going to do, and based on the amount of effort and energy that you might put into it. Because a person who does something 1 hour a week, well, depending on how that 1 hour is used, might not get as much done as somebody who can put in 10 hours a day. And so let me see. Travel. Have been talking with agents and agencies. So your passion's travel. See, this is where we got to get in the nuance. Is your passion just you want to travel? There's obviously, because there's people right now who have vlogs who travel and they make money, they get sponsors, right? There's lots of scenarios that could allow you to travel that could make money. If you just solely go, I just want to travel, I don't want to blog, I don't want to take pictures, I don't want to do video, I don't want to do anything, I literally only want to travel. Well, yeah, there's obviously some nuance there that's going to, potentially cause a problem for your ability to maybe make that travel happen. But when you, because, and this is the thing where it's difficult sometimes in chat. I'm going to start experimenting more in the future with Jumpstart sessions where I'm doing something with a person to kind of dig through some things to work through this. Because this kind of work is something that you need that one-on-one support. That's why I do coaching and mentoring with people, where I'm able to connect with them, because throwing out blanketed one-size-fits-all approaches to people's problems and challenges it just doesn't work. And that's where a lot of people have struggles. They hear something like this, they listen to a podcast, they listen to a video, and they hear somebody say something, and then they go do it, and it doesn't work, and they don't know why, and then they're upset. And the more you get your dreams squashed, the harder it is to dream. So the more you're told your dreams are stupid, they're unrealistic, they're not possible, the less you're going to dream. And the less you dream, then the less you see hope, and the less you see opportunity, and the less you could work towards. Even if it takes you 3 or 4 years to make it happen, it's better to work towards it and make progress than it is to be a rocking chair and just go back and forth. If all you're doing is going back and forth, staying busy with something and not actually making progress or movement towards something, then yeah, where you're at today, you'll be 5 years from now. You'll be 10 years from now, and then maybe if you're lucky, you'll be able to retire 40 or 50 years from now. But the reality is, if you know where you are is truly not where you desire to be, and you believe there's another place, you can start taking steps. You know, when a baby's born, if any of you have kids that are listening, and I think it looks like you might be, can't tell, maybe not. Looks like a friend in the photo, not family. But basically, when a baby's born, does the baby get out of the womb and immediately get into a car and start driving? Even if it's a little Tykes car, where you just put the little pedal down and it's electric? No, they don't. Now, in life, the scenario I'm about to give you seems very, common sense, right? It's like, duh, Michael. And I get that. But here's the thing. If you start applying certain things that are duh in certain areas of life, they should be duh in other areas of life, which is the baby first has to be coddled by somebody else. Somebody else helps them. This could be a mentor or a coach is helping guide and train and teach and, get them to stand up a little bit once they can first crawl and they build up their muscles, right? And they build up their muscles. They start standing after they're crawling, and then they start falling down and falling down and falling down and falling down. But nobody says, "You've fallen down 5 times, son. Enough's enough with this. We're just going to put you in a wheelchair." Who does that? Nobody does that. Nobody does that. Now, there can be difficulties. We're not talking about the exceptions. We're talking about the rule. The rule is a normal, healthy child will come out, not be able to do anything. Then it starts crawling. Then it starts walking and falling, walking and falling, walking and falling. Then it starts walking. Then it can run. Then it can start riding a bike and do these things. But it even rides a bike typically with training wheels. And then it enables to build the muscle memory, and it knows how to ride. And then before too long, you have the ability to ride without even thinking about it. But when you get older, the neural pathways that are created for your brain, there was a backwards bicycle. I tell this story all the time. But this ability to have this guy who created a bike where when it went left, it went right. When it went right, it went left. And a normal bike should have done what a normal bike would do, but this did the opposite. But everything else looked normal about it. It took his son, who was like 6 years old, 6 weeks to ride the bike. It took the dad, who was 40-something years old, like 9 months of practice to ride this bike. And he went on speaking engagements and said, "If you can ride this 10 feet, I will give you $250. No one could do it." Because the neural pathway said, this is the way a bike works. It was the muscle memory that had been created that said, when you do this, you do this. And so the brain didn't have to, it wasn't a conscious thought, and it battled it until finally, boom, it re-clicked. So the older you are, depending on how much you've been beat down by the jackass whisperers and the dream squashers, it'll be how difficult it is for you to reprogram and rewire certain elements that are defaulting in you right now for either not believing, not trying, or not doing something. And the more you practice, the better you'll get. And the current situation you're in that you hate will be a new dream situation that you're in the future. But you have to start working towards it today. So if you're enjoying this, give it some likes and give it some love. I always like to know people are listening. Get in those moments. Jeff Banham, what's up, my man? Great to see you. Hit the nail on the head. Don't want this dream squashed. It's what makes me happy, educating others and getting them excited about seeing the world. Yeah, and we'd have to dig more into that, because again, when I just get little soundbite paragraphs or sentences, it's difficult to know the exact situation that is happening. But anyways, any other questions? Any other thoughts? What's going on there? Mike Gould, my God. Steve Sisler. Abby, I hope that's helpful. Jacob Scarborough, what's up? Awesome. If you guys are enjoying this, I'll stay on here a little longer. Give it a share. Give it some likes. Give it some love. I love being on here. If you've got some questions or something, probe. I would love to hear more of your thoughts. I would love to hear your yeah buts. I have plenty to say, and I could talk on here for 10 hours. I've done the limit on Facebook. It's about 4 hours. But, I'd love to hear from you. And if you have questions, if you have thoughts, if you have something that you'd like covered and you want to dig deeper, send me a private message. Like I said, I'm calling these Jumpstart sessions because my goal is to provide greater clarity, confidence, greater energy and hope and desire in your life so you get to do the things that you dream of. You get to do the things that you love. You get to do the things that light others up, that light you up. And, by having that greater energy, because you're getting to do things you like, greater things and cooler things are going to happen for you. So that's why I kind of wanted to start kind of experimenting with this with the Jumpstart sessions, because really people kind of, I guess people call me the Gebs juice. I got the Gebs juice. They need their daily dose of Gebs juice. So I'm trying to put some more Gebs juice out here for people so they can, in the most positive way, drink the Kool-Aid. But I'm not providing any major Kool-Aid. But I want you to have, my goal, and I tell people that I coach and I mentor, I don't care what you do. Like, that's the thing. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you to do this or that or this other thing, or you should love this or you should love that. Some people will do that. And I've had that through my life. I've been told, well, you should do this, you should do that. And they're fixing my problem through the lens of their life, and I'm not like them, and I don't want what they want. So whatever you want, I may not want, but I don't care that I don't want it. I listen for people to tell me what really excites them, what in their dream scenario would look like. And when they're in that dream scenario and I can feel that, I connect them with that and get them to really feel that and own that and have hope and desire towards that, which then you can take the steps towards making that become a reality. And these things take time. But if nobody's there to encourage and support and help you see that and hold on and gravitate towards the thing that you really want to do, again, me not caring what it is. I had a girl once do a one-on-one training day with me, and she came in and she thought she was going to do this for Ronnie Gordon. He is in Egypt right now, and this guy, I can't say enough amazing things about this guy. But I'm so proud of him. And 4 years ago, he was in a dark place. And he reached out and we did a one-on-one trading day together. And now he's in Egypt doing a project. And I always say he never ceases to amaze me. And I'm so proud of him. And here's the thing. I was a catalyst. I was a jumpstart. But he did the work. And he got aligned with what it is that he wanted to do, and he went towards that. Versus people, I call them, again, the jackass whisperers and people. And sometimes they're very well intended, but the reality is they're guiding you down a path that's not right for you. It might be right for them, or it might be right for somebody else. So when you get guided down the right path for you, you'll start taking the action and efforts that's going to help you win. So anyways, Ronnie, appreciate you, brother. I'm so happy to see you rocking and rolling. And just having a ball over there. Ashley Reynolds, Stephen Noy. Hey, my man. What's up? And Azul. Joyce, thank you. R.C. Clark, rock and roll. All right. Appreciate you all so much. If there's any other questions or thoughts, let me know. If you think somebody could use this or start using the Jumpstart sessions and the Gebs juice, please share this with a friend. I plan on doing these to the best of my ability when time and everything allows, more regularly, because I believe the world needs more positivity. I believe the world needs more optimism. You need more optimism. And it's through your ability to dream that great things happen. Disney, all these things that we look up to were created from a dream. They were created from something that was unrealistic. And people told them it wasn't possible, but they defied the odds. And so on certain levels, that's possible for any of us. But if we enjoy the ride, more likely we're going to have cool things happen for us than if every day we're ungrateful and not enjoying where we're at right now. So again, if you have topics or thoughts or questions about something, hit me up. I would love to cover that on a future Jumpstart session. I'm going to start loading these up as well, which I haven't done in the past. They're going to be on YouTube. I plan to put them on iTunes. So they'll what's up? So they'll be in other places for you to be able to enjoy, download, consume, share, whatever works best. I know some people like to listen in kind of podcast or audio form. I've had people say, well, I listen to these, but it's hard because of Facebook and whatever. So I'm going to put them in other places. You consume them how you want. If you want your thoughts kind of covered by a Jumpstart session in the future, let me know. Have an amazing day. Much love. Keep rocking. And I will talk to you soon. Keep dreaming.